Hi, my name is Pérsida Himmele, and I am the co-author of Total Participation Techniques alongside my husband. Total Participation Techniques came from a chapter in our first book, The Language-Rich Classroom. It's an ASCD book written for diverse classrooms, English language learners in classrooms. Total Literacy Techniques came from that. It's a book that provides techniques for building reading in the content areas and stuff like that. Well, first of all, total participation techniques are techniques that provide you evidence of active participation and cognitive engagement from all of your students at the same time. It sounds very difficult to do, but it's not. If you've got the right techniques, it's not difficult at all. One of the fundamental pieces to total participation techniques is the TPT cognitive engagement model. That model is 4 quadrants looking at 2 critical components to outstanding lessons. The first of those components is participation. The other is higher order thinking. So high participation and higher order thinking. So if we look at the 4 components we see over here in lower order and low participation, we call that the beach ball. Teacher has a quick question: who is the first president? She tosses the beach ball to a student. The student tosses it back, answers the question. Just a few students get to participate, and it's lower order thinking. In the second quadrant, we call that fluff because it's fun. A teacher might create an engaging activity that students are all participating, but they're not using higher order thinking. And for example, groups of students might be working on multiplication tables, but they aren't really deeply cognitively processing what they're learning and deeper meanings. The third quadrant is a higher order thinking, but only a few students are participating. Typically that's a really intense lecture on something that really has a lot of great higher order prompts, but only a few students are responding, so you don't have evidence that all of your students have actually functioned using higher order thinking. And then our ideal is right over here, where we're looking at higher order thinking and high participation. So when we look at those activities that are going to require the most cognitive depth on the part of students, we're looking at quadrant 4 activities, total participation techniques that require both high participation and higher order thinking. One of the things that we say is that calling on someone should be the last thing you do, and this is true when you have higher order prompts. When you're looking at higher order prompts, you want all your students to process this, and so we say, sequentially speaking, it should be the last thing you do. It's fine to call on someone, but not at first. So here's how we recommend that higher order prompts be processed. We talk about something called the ripple. In the ripple, individual students respond to your prompt first, and then it goes to pairs or small groups, and finally, when you take it to the whole group, at that point, it's fine to call on someone, because everybody has shown you evidence that they've processed the prompt, and so everybody's participating, and you're going to get a whole lot more participation and a whole lot deeper thinking. So we do say calling on someone should be the last thing you do. That's one of the kind of cornerstones of total participation techniques, is that everybody is going to be providing you with evidence at some point within your lesson. So that's the kind of 2 fundamental pieces to TPTs and understanding how they work, and then the techniques are there to help guide you in how to do that. Thank you so much. Have a great day.